Christian again. This week we're going to be talking about extrusions. It's hard to say, but in 3D Photoshop. So to start off, I'm going to get in Photoshop and go to File, New. I'm just going to use the regular settings that I had. The first thing I'm going to do is type my name. So there you go. I didn't select a certain font or anything like that. And then next I'm going to go over here to Layers and make sure that Layer 1 is selected because that is my name. And then I'm going to go up here to 3D and go down to New 3D Extrusion from Selected Layer. So when I click on that, it should create my name into a 3D layer. Now there's some things that you can look at here. If I will select my name, these boxes up in Properties, we have Mesh, Deform, Cap, and the coordinates. The coordinates are basically the same thing that we worked with last time in Photoshop, so that's nothing new right there. First thing, the mesh is basically you can select presets of things you want your image or letters to look like. There's deflate, pillow inflate, taper, grow, stuff like that. I'm going to choose just extrude. Just keep it simple. And how I got to that was I clicked this little sidebar on shape preset. And if you ever want to go back, you can press reset deformation and it goes back to the original setting. So I just went back to the original setting there. Another thing that you can do, which is interesting, let me get a side view here, select my name. You can do an extrusion depth, so that just shows how deep or how shallow it is along that certain plane. Other things you can do is you can change the text color, so make it brighter, darker, anything in there. It's pretty useful tool, so I made my name a little bit darker. So the next thing that I want to show you guys is this little button right here, the deform. This one it still has extrusion depth, but also it has a couple other new things. Twist, that can literally twist your name any which way you want. Taper, which makes it look like it's coming at you or away from you. Let me put this back at, let me reset that. And then the horizontal angle of the bend and shear. Horizontal angle for bend, it just kind of twists this around in almost a 3D or a 360 kind of way. It just twists the front of the name around the back of the name. The next thing is the vertical angle, so it brings the back end around the front end, or vice versa, it brings the back end under the front end, and it kind of gives it an odd look, but it can be useful if you want to do 3D nameplates or something along those lines. So the next thing that I want to show you guys is this button up here, and this is the cap. It gives you a different sort of look, so you have to make sure that my name here is selected. You can select the front, the back, or the front and the back. For this, I'm going to select the front and the back, just so I can get a visual representation for you guys. So here I'm selecting the contour. So I'm gonna go with, let's go with a deep cove. So if I give it more width, you can see how my name starts to change, and it's going in, basically. You can see that the front end of it's coming out, but it's doing the same thing in the back. Another thing you can do is adjust the angle of it, so I can make it go way out or way in. I'm going to put it back at, I think it was 45 maybe. I don't know. Another thing you can do with the cap is you can inflate the angle. So you can't really see it here. Let's see if I can do it. Maybe I'll need, well, inflate the angle. It's hard to see from this, but it basically just pushes it out. The strength of it, actually this will probably show it. The strength of it is, it's basically like a sharpening tool. If you guys have ever worked with pictures and stuff like that, and images, it just kind of gives it more of a stronger feel. So let me reset that. So I just reset it all the way back to its original form. Let me get a little bit of depth on it. And up here you can see that these are just the coordinates for everything. So we've worked with that in the past. So that's pretty cool. So the last thing that I want to show you guys is, let me exit out of this. I don't want to save it. I just want to start all the way over with a new file. So I'm just going to use the regular presets, and then I'm going to go up here. Actually, no, I'm going to go to the pen tool. I just like to use the freeform pen tool just because it's easier for me. Other people use the pen tool, and you can use any other tool that you want to use, but I just like to use the freeform pen tool just because it's easier for me to draw on a mouse, and because I have a little bit of a tough time. Give this the best shot at a object. Make sure I enclose it. Next, I'm going to go up to, just like last time, I'm going to go up to 3D, and then instead of new 3D extrusion with selected layer like we did last time with the name, I'm going to pick new 3D extrusion with selected path, because it's a path. So I'm going to click on that, and as you can see, it turns the object that I made into a 3D object. So next I'm just gonna kind of mess around with the presets that I had, and you guys can do this too. Just different things. Let's see how wide that is. Make it a little bit wider. Select it. Extrusion depth. And then I can twist it. Twist the back. Make it bigger. Make it smaller. It almost looks like a vase of some sort. I could twist it around itself with the horizontal angle. I can twist it all the way around, almost give it a seashell type look, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna go to cap. Since it's not words, it's a little bit different. You can give it a different look and stuff like that, but usually words work better with cap. And with words you can select front, back, or the front and the back. With this object I really probably wouldn't do that. But there you go. This is the almost seashell like object that I made. So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week.